Wow.
And good afternoon on this Tuesday, November 4th. It's two idiots talking football. I'm James Knox alongside my co-host Joshua Brooks. And today's episode is based on musical chairs, NFL style, as we are at the
Anything interesting going on today?
No, not at all. No, nothing at all. Jerry Jones making his when he come out this morning. Okay, before we get into anything, he goes, I got this big trade. I can't talk about it. And then they're going, okay, so it's when the initial trade came out, the middle linebacker from the Cincinnati Bengals going away. I'm like, oh, that's all he's talking about. And then roughly 45 minutes ago, the big blow came. And so Quinnen Williams going to Dallas.
Did you see any of the quotes he put out last night?
No, when he speaks, I really try to ignore him.
So he talked to Stephen A. Smith yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to read you this quote. It's puzzling. It makes no sense. What do you do as a little bit of my philosophy? Controversy, I'm serious, I'm dead serious. Not serial killer serious. Not that, but controversy. The Dallas Cowboys probably have the kind of interest that we have in no small part because we stay out front and we stay controversial. When it gets slow, I stir that shit up. Fact, I just want to be relevant. Just want you to be looking at us.
He likes monkeys.
The fact he said serial killer serious.
You watch the documentary on the Dallas Cowboys. You know how this guy is. He's wired differently.
Or when he's like, I can't talk about trades. Then why are you talking about it now? Like you weren't even asked.
I mean, not to make light of it, but it's called early onset dementia. I mean, he's really going crazy. I mean, he's right. When things get quiet, he knows how to stay out in front. That's for sure. I think what we've seen is he knows how to do that all too well. I just, they come off of a god awful loss last night to the Arizona Cardinals. And I just wonder, I mean, obviously he already had something, cooking, but you lose to the Cardinals. I mean, I guess you have to go out and make a big splash.
You have to do something.
So the first, since we're talking about Dallas, we'll go ahead and touch on this. I mean, their first trade this morning to get Logan Wilson, the linebacker from the Bengals. In return, Cincinnati gets a 7th-round draft pick in 2026. And then the big one is the Quinnen Williams deal, and that's the 2026 second-round pick, the 2027 first-round pick, a defensive tackle, Mazi Smith, to the Jets. And the Jets have gone full-blown fire sale. Everything must go. I mean, it's almost like Black Friday. I mean, they are selling off everything. This would tell you that the Jets obviously, I mean, not that any of us thought that they were going to do anything big this year anyway. Yeah. But they're done this year, and it's time to pack up shop, and they're just sending everything out. I thought
I'm still puzzled by that Colts trade.
I am too, because I thought that Sauce Gardner was part of that core, and I guess ownership and Woody Johnson, the head coach Aaron Glenn, who you believe is going to be out before they.
Oh, I think he's done.
He's going to be a 1 year and done kind of candidate.
I think this proved it.
I mean, you want to elaborate, because I don't see how you can sell off everybody unless you're thinking we're going to sell off everybody. We're going to bring in a new head coach and let him start over.
I exactly think that's what's going to happen.
So, I mean, if you're the Jets, then who do you see them? If he is fired, who are you going to bring in as a head coach?
Who's the worst possible head coaching candidate out there, and that's who they're going to pick?
Mike McDaniel.
Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson can go to New York and ruin that team for 5 years.
Yeah, I guess that if you wanted to get back into coaching, I just don't see how you hire Aaron Glenn, who was a sexy pick away from the Detroit Lions, was their defensive coordinator the last couple of years. How you hire him away, and then after 1 year of failure, because I mean that's what it's been, that you fire him, especially considering the players love him. I don't know how you do that. Of course, it is the Jets, so
it's what bad franchises do. So I should know about that.
Well, I mean, and you speaking of the name before, you did have Doug Peterson there, so you did see how he can ruin a franchise. That's not all the Jets are done. I mean, I have done, are doing. I mean, they Sauce Gardner to the Colts. I don't know. Obviously, Brees Hall wants out. I mean, I don't see how if you're the Jets, there's no
I
way
don't
to
blame
keep
him.
right?
I mean, I don't blame anyone that wants out of that team.
I just, if you're the Jets and you've traded everybody else, there's no way you can keep him, right?
I mean, they're talking about another big trade for the Jets. If it's not Brees Hall, Garrett Wilson?
Maybe.
I mean,
he hasn't been healthy this year. I don't know if you want to take a flyer on that.
I mean, I would. If you're a receiver needy team, I would.
Well, if they are, then please stay away from the NFC West. I've seen too many trades with the Seahawks.
Rashid Shaheed.
Although the Rams just saw him with New Orleans, and he was very much ineffective. Now I get it. Tyler Shook.
It was Tyler Shook.
But I get it, but I don't know. What that tells me is Seattle acquiring him, it means that Cooper Kupp is seriously hurt. If they don't believe Cooper Kupp can.
So back on the Jets part, according to Diana Rossini, a reaction from a league source said the Jets took a top 5 defense and just blew it up.
Wow.
Now, they have not been a top 5 defense this year. They've been worse somehow.
I agree.
But I agree. I mean, they blew up their core pieces.
I'm curious. What A.D. Mitchell and 2 first-round picks for Sauce Gardner, that's not near enough. I mean, I would think that he is a Pro Bowl, all-pro corner, and you just traded him for a receiver that does not know how to hang on to the ball going into the end zone, and 2 first-round picks.
Jets fans are trying to cope with putting up highlights of A.D. Mitchell burning Sauce Gardner in the Colts-Jets game.
I guess whatever helps you get through.
If I'm a Jets fan, I would be pissed today.
Oh, I would be too. I mean, and look, again, it's not like you were going to go to the playoffs. It's not like you were going to make some big splash and, win the AFC this year. That's for sure. But you're talking about players that you've become attached to. Those are franchise players. And they should have been. That should have been a franchise core. So I just leave it to Woody Johnson and that organization to kind of clean house, and that's what they've done. So I guess good for them. I hope they know what they're doing. I mean, because it's not proven. It's certainly been proven that they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to know what they're doing. I mean, you have the owner's son judging who they signed based on Madden ratings. So
right. So this is what the Jets have lost, okay, in trades so far this year. What's out? So the 2026 6th-round pick to the Titans, Michael Carter the second to the Eagles, the 2027 7th-round pick to the Eagles, Sauce Gardner to the Colts, Quinn Williams to the Cowboys. This is what they brought in. They brought in cornerback Jarvis Brownlee Jr. in a 7th-round pick from the Titans, John Mechie III, who is a wide receiver from Alabama from the Eagles, as well as the 2027 6th-round pick. They've got the 26 and 27 first-round picks from the Colts, as well as A.D. Mitchell, and then the 2nd round and 1st-round pick from the Cowboys, as well as defensive tackle Mazi Smith. So in the next 2 years, they will have 2 first-rounders next year with 2 second-rounders, and then 3 first-rounders in 2027.
Yep.
Maybe you're right. Maybe they plan on overhauling the entire front office and bringing in somebody that knows what they're doing that can rebuild this team. I don't know where you go.
Maybe an offensive-minded guy. Maybe there's somebody in college that's going to leave college and it's going to be they want to try them out in New York. I don't know. I mean,
there's been rumors of Steve Sarkisian leaving and coming to the NFL. I don't know if man, I don't think Lane Kiffin's going back to the NFL. I think Lane likes college too much. Could you see an Urban Meyer sighting in the NFL again? I don't know. There's been talk. There's only so many coaches you can recycle and regurgitate that know what they're doing, not only on the field, but as well as, personnel wise, in the front office. I don't know, but that's the Jets.
Apparently Cowboys might not be done.
What are you hearing or what are you seeing?
as a Cowboys insider put out that the Cowboys are having current talks with the Dolphins about Minka Fitzpatrick.
Okay, so I did see his name possibly being on the move, and I mean I can understand that 110% if they chose to go that way, simply because, I mean, again, they do need corner help. They need secondary help.
Yeah. And apparently Bills might be trying to trade for Debo. Don't know how true that is. I've heard that, but
what a bust he has been in Washington this year.
I mean, it doesn't help that his quarterback gets hurt every other game.
And and now he's out for an indefinite amount of time. He should have never been in that game Sunday night when that happened.
Apparently, it's 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Which is shocking because I thought it would be a lot longer.
It was a dislocated elbow, and here's the thing: if it's only 3 to 4 weeks, consider themselves lucky. But the way Marcus Mariota's played and the way their schedule shapes up, I don't give them a chance to make the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't either. Plus, I wouldn't risk him coming back and assumably getting hurt worse.
Yeah, you're talking about a franchise quarterback. You really are, and I'd leave that alone. Let's go over some of these games while we're waiting for more trades. Trade deadline is at 4 Eastern, 3 Central, so we're roughly 38 minutes from the trade deadline. And understand that even after the trade deadline expires, you're probably going to get some deals that trickle in after the deadline expires, just because of paperwork and being sent to the NFL offices in New York.
You might have a couple GMs forgetting today was the trade line.
Well, that would be if you're Giants with the Cleveland Browns.
No, apparently this Giants insider put out that Joe Schoen thought the trade deadline was tomorrow.
It's always been a Tuesday. Trade deadline's never been a Wednesday.
So I don't know if the dude was trying to be funny, but I could imagine that being true.
Right. So let's go back to last Thursday. Just quickly talking about this when the Ravens manhandled the Dolphins 28-6. Not a whole lot to see there. Lamar Jackson looked good in his return. We all thought it was going to happen. Surprised the blowout wasn't worse. Ravens are now 3-5. Dolphins fall to 2-7. Mike McDaniel still has no clue how to coach an NFL team.
I'm shocked they're not selling either.
I am too. I figured that Jalen Waddle might be on the trade block, but apparently that's not the case.
They're asking for a lot.
Well, and Waddle is a very good receiver, and this is what I was kind of talking to you whenever you had mentioned that Jacksonville needed to trade for a receiver, and they did today, getting Jacoby Meyer. That, these teams that need receivers, they have no leverage at all, and that means I'm jacking up the price on whatever I can get.
Well, this just came out 22 minutes ago. A lot more conversations are ongoing. Expect a few more trades to be pushed through before the deadline.
Yeah, this is weird because usually the NFL trade deadline is really quiet. But today has been more like a Major League Baseball or an NHL trade deadline where every 10, 20 minutes you're getting a trade announcement. And today have been some pretty big names that have been moved.
Or like the NBA trade deadline last year with Luka getting dealt.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, but generally the NFL, you don't see this happen as much. Generally, free agency, and all the moves are generally off season. Today's been wild, and I think what you're seeing now is a lot of these teams that are still in there jockeying for position because of the other teams in either their division or their conference that have strengths that they need to counter. So let's go to Sunday's slates: the Bears and the Bengals, which was probably one of the wildest games of the year.
Yeah.
The Bears get the win 47-42. Joe Flacco throws for 400 yards and they lose.
470 yards.
Yeah. So, the Bengals have a 42-41 lead. And then the rookie tight end for Chicago, Loveland catches a ball off to the races. Ball game 47-42 Chicago. I don't know if right now the Bears are a fringe wild card contender. They're playing a lot better this year than what I thought they were going to, but Caleb Williams has some weapons. That's for sure. The Bengals, on the other hand, poor Bengals. I feel bad for Bengals fans, but whether it's Joe Burrow or Joe Flacco, it doesn't matter which Joe it is. The defense still stinks.
Yep. Defense holds them back every game.
Yeah. I mean, they are 3-6, and there's no reason they couldn't be 5-4. Or 4-5, but you're still right there around 500. Instead, you're 3-6, and you are looking up at practically everybody else in that division. The other a huge game on Sunday. The Vikings beat the Lions 27-24. Flores' defense for Minnesota had Jared Goff running for his life all day long.
Yeah, and J.J. McCarthy looked pretty good.
He did. He made some really good throws on the offensive side. They were able to maintain possession of the ball. They were able to get points when they needed to. And on the defensive side, Andrew Van Ginkel, who looks like the Vikings logo with his hair coming up underneath his helmet, they chased Jared Goff around all day long. Jahmyr Gibbs was practically a non-factor in the game. And Montgomery, he did get in the end zone, but it seemed like everything for Detroit was a struggle in this game.
Yeah, I mean, defense-wise, it was offense couldn't get going, mainly because of the pass rush from the Vikings.
Yeah, to quote and I guess stay hip, the Detroit offense was 6-7 this week.
What does that mean?
I have no clue. From what I understand, it's kind of like the whole mid thing. Like,
I remember back a couple of years ago, it was the 69 thing. I understand that. I don't understand 6-7. Now, every time someone says that, I want to punch them in the face or break their kneecaps.
I know. I'm the same way.
Like, I don't get it.
I can't even say it hip. It sounds corny. It's just terrible.
So cringe.
Yeah, very much so. Very mid. Okay, so the next thing we'll take a look at. This is a big upset. Panthers take care of the Packers at Lambeau, 16-13. This was the Rico Dowdle show. But if there's
Jordan Love made one of the worst throws I've ever seen in my life.
If there's one thing that I have learned from this game, 2 pumps will get you flagged.
Right? Key and Peele need to do a new sketch.
Keegan-Michael Key came out yesterday and put out a video telling Rico Dowdle that he was robbed and that now he needs to go write a new sketch.
He was robbed.
That was the most entertaining celebration of the year. And when the referee threw the flag, I was like, dude, what a boomer. This guy has no sense of humor at all. I mean, come on, man. It's not like he was doing it in anybody's face. I was like, wait a minute. There was only 2 pumps. And I thought it was funny.
I didn't notice he got flagged until the extra point was further back.
And then they missed the extra point, which really made things kind of iffy for the Panthers going forward in that game. Yeah, I thought it was hilarious. And it was funny when his teammate come over to him and he was like, put this up at his face, like, only 2, only 2. So at least they have a good sense of humor about it. The NFL, of course, still stands for the No Fun League. The next game on Sunday, the Broncos take care of the Texans 18-15. And this was a scary game. Seeing C.J. Stroud's head hit the ground like that, that was a scary situation in Houston.
Yeah. Prayers for him. But the way they're handling that and going back on what they said last year about the thing that they did to a quarterback the same way.
Yep.
It's hypocritical. You can't call one hit clean and the exact same hit happened to your team and you're like, oh, no, they should get fined. They should be suspended.
For those that are wondering what Josh is talking about, this happened between the Texans and Jaguars last year. And Trevor Lawrence was laid out.
That one was worse.
That
one was worse.
He was laid out, and of course they want to call that. Then they were all very much up in arms. It was a clean hit, and yesterday, 2 days ago. Sorry, today's Tuesday. Yeah. 2 days ago, he gets hit, and that's a dirty hit. Both hits were bad. They really were. But from Houston's standpoint, that's very hypocritical, and definitely prayers for C.J. Stroud because that looked ugly. I don't expect him to play.
I don't think he played. Yeah, I don't think he plays this week against Jacksonville.
I think it's going to be Davis Mills. And David, he didn't play bad the rest of the game.
They looked better. The
Texans had a chance to win that game. Denver should have never – that game should have never been close. And that's a lot of that's on Denver's offense. But the Texans' defense is no joke. I mean, they did hold the Rams to 14 points the opening week, even though we beat them 14-9. And you've seen what the Rams offense has done the last couple of weeks. Houston's defense is good. That game should have never been that close. The Broncos do improve to 7-2, and the Texans fall to 3-5 on the season. The next game, the Patriots and Falcons. And if the Falcons could ever get a kicker that could actually hit a kick, they might be 5-3 instead of 3-5.
Yeah. They signed a new kicker today.
Is it somebody that I guess has been in the league? I missed this.
Yeah, he's been in the league, but I can't remember his name.
Okay. I'll have to look at transactions here. If we can get the NFL website, as you can imagine, today has been kind of slow, to say the least.
The only kicker I care about is the one that set a record, but we'll talk about that later.
We'll get to Cam Little here in just a second. Let's see. Did they sign him yesterday?
They signed him today, like early in the morning today.
Well, let's see if I can pull this up here on team transactions.
The picture that was on there was of the dude kicking for Washington.
Okay. Yeah, they don't have any transactions for Atlanta up here. Maybe we can find it here in a little bit. But yeah, so the Patriots win 24-23. Michael Penix Jr. and Drake London did all they could to help the Falcons win. They do score the touchdown that, with the pending extra point, would have tied the game, but Romo missed it in 24-23 as the Patriots improved to 7-2 on the year and an AFC East leading 7-2 at that. Niners and the Giants. This game was close for a little bit. Jackson Dart, did all he could to keep the Giants in this game.
Yep.
The Niners get the win 34-24. There are rumors that Brock Purdy may return this week against the Rams. I'm fine with that because I'm sick and tired of seeing Mac Jones.
Yeah, for your sake, you would want Brock Purdy.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that if I'm Schottenheimer, I'm not so sure I want him to play. Or Shanahan, rather. Sorry. I've got the Cowboys on my brain.
Yeah, I wouldn't want Purdy playing, but they already paid him, so they kind of have to at this point.
Well, that depends on who you ask, because the same situation is going on in Arizona. Jacoby Brissett looks a hell of a lot better than Kyler Murray ever has.
Yeah.
Just got this here. The Commanders have signed wide receiver Treylon Burks to an active roster from their practice squad. Burks, who was with the Titans earlier this year, now with the Commanders. Does that mean, with them signing him from the practice squad to the active squad, does that mean that Debo's on the move?
Either that or it's just replacing Terry McLaurin, who keeps getting injured.
Buddy, I'll tell you what, he got paid, and then he just hasn't been able to stay healthy whatsoever. Let's see. Seeing if we've got any updates here trade-wise. We're about 26 minutes away from the top of the hour.
So Jacksonville's done with trades today after losing out on Quinnen Williams.
Gotcha. Let's see here. Like I said, I honestly thought, I saw a couple of trade rumors involving the Rams, and nothing has come. And it may be a situation where they don't feel like they need to make any trades. And
I don't think you guys do.
They're in good shape. They are tied with the Seahawks to top that division. That was my problem when Seattle started making moves. I'm like, well, do you want to hang with them? But I've always been the person that said, don't make a trade just because another team does. Don't be reactive to them. Work with inside your system. So the Niners do improve to 6-3. They are a half game behind the Seahawks and the Rams. Both teams have already had their bye. So the Niners, I think their bye is this. Let's see, after the Rams game this coming week.
Yeah.
So 6-3, 2-7 there. Giants fall to 2-7. Jackson Dart, even though they are 2-7, is having a pretty good year. He's kept that team competitive, and I think that's the important thing for a rookie quarterback in that situation.
I think that saves Dable's job.
I would agree with that. Next game, the Steelers and the Colts. The Colts go on the road to Pittsburgh. The Colts decide they don't want to use Jonathan Taylor.
They forget he exists.
Right. 45 rushing yards. Daniel Jones throws 3 picks. And the Steelers assaulted them all day long. Aaron Rodgers and Calvin Austin had a big day. Steelers improved to 5-3. Colts still leading the AFC, but they fall to 7-2. Another close game, the Chargers over the Titans, 27-20. Chargers improved to 6-3. Titans fall to 1-8. Justin Herbert, and I put it. I was
about to say, are you finally on my side about Herbert?
So I put out that he was overrated, and I put that out early on in that game. It's weird. I don't know if I'm on your side about Herbert, because the only reason that the Titans were in this game was because their defense and their special teams scored. Justin got off to a slow start, but he came on late. So I'll just say I'm not on your side yet. I'm just going to hold where I'm at.
I mean, my whole thing is if you judge other quarterbacks for doing the same thing he does, you have to judge him too.
That's true. It's true. It's true.
And no one does.
That's very true. And I don't know why that is. I wonder how the Dolphins feel. They drafted Tua over him.
Well, if Brian Flores got his way, they would have had Justin Herbert.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Miami. Boy, I'm telling you, Miami turning into the Jets every day that passes.
Yep.
The next game, well, the Rams get a huge win over the Saints. It's the Saints. They beat them 34-10. It was never a game. I mean, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this one because it really wasn't. What I will spend a lot of time on is the fact that Matthew Stafford right now is balling. 9 touchdown passes in his last 2 games. Devontae Adams looked big, had a couple touchdown catches. Kyron Williams ran for 128 yards in the score. Everything was clicking. This, by the way, Puka, that was the wildest play I've ever seen. Literally, the point of the football stabbed him. And
yeah, did you see that he might be unavailable this week?
I did.
They're looking at the rib injury.
Yeah, I saw it. So I think, it's going to be one of those things. I want to see if there's any updates on him because I know that they were running some.
There's a trade line update.
Oh, what you got?
This is according to Connor Hughes. Garrett Wilson considered untouchable according to a team that called the Jets about him.
Gotcha.
So they have at least one guy that they're not willing to trade.
They may trade the hot dog vendor at this point.
No, they're going to trade Justin Fields for a hot dog vendor.
Well, it depends on if the hot dog vendor has a good arm. I mean, I'm just saying. So
I mean, I bet he can throw more than 10 yards.
I will say this. This is from the Los Angeles Times. Rams star wide receiver, obviously, Puka Nacua injured his ribs during a 34-10 win over the Saints on Sunday. Coach Sean McVay regrets the play call that caused the injury, saying he's kicking himself for putting Nacua in a vulnerable spot. Look, honestly, it was a fluky play.
Yeah, it sounded like a freak accident.
It really was. McVay expressed optimism about Nakua's condition ahead of Sunday's game against San Francisco.
So,
and it wasn't like it wasn't a crushing hit or anything, but it was a jet sweep around on 4th and 2, and I mean, it was just a weird spot. Go ahead.
That kind of reminds me of what happened to Brian Thomas last year in the Packers game. He caught a touchdown, and when he fell, the point of the ball hit him in the ribs.
So which means it's probably a cartilage issue. Shoot it up and go.
Which, I mean, he played the rest of the season through it, so I'm pretty sure Puka can.
Puka has got to be one of the toughest guys in the NFL. Hands down. Next game, Jaguars in overtime take care of the Las Vegas Raiders 30-29. Raiders had a chance to tie it up. Instead went for 2, which was a dumbass play. And really, the play call there was even dumber. You're going to try to throw over the middle when you've got a pass rush that has come up the middle. The men would get pressure up the middle all day long, and tries to throw over the middle. The ball's batted back down. Jaguars survive. They improved to 5-3. The Raiders fall to 2-6. Obviously, the story of this game was Cam Little.
Yeah, if Cam Little didn't hit that field goal, Jacksonville wouldn't have won this game.
A 68-yarder.
Players even admitted in the locker room it gave them a spark.
68-yarder. It is the NFL record now. It is the standard. In preseason, Cam Little hit a 70-yarder. The NFL doesn't keep up with preseason stats in terms of the record book, but right now the bar stands at 68 yards from Cam Little. I'm not sure my kicker can't kick the damn ball straight, so I don't know.
Hey, I didn't think my kicker could make it after he's been missing kicks.
Look, man, go back and watch the one that my kicker hooked left. It looked like if you are playing on the road in Madden and the damn gauge is moving so fast and the controller gets stuck left.
He did that against Seattle twice. Once on an extra point.
It really reminded me of Blair Walsh. Like that meme that we've all laughed about from back in the day whenever Seattle was playing Minnesota. This was before Minnesota's new dome got finished and they were playing at the University of Minnesota. Yeah, it looked terrible. I mean, I don't know. And one of them, like the laces are pointing right towards him. Of course, all I can think of is Ace Ventura. Laces
I
out,
watched that
Dan.
again recently.
Have you watched the program yet?
Not yet. I haven't had time. I've been doing a
Okay.
lot of schoolwork lately.
I cannot complain about that. But I'm telling you what, it's the best 2 hours of your life. Put the women and children to bed and go looking for dinner. The next game was this was one of the big ones. This was the 3:25 game on CBS. They're America's game of the week, the Bills and the Chiefs. And the Bills do what they always do. They beat the Chiefs in the regular season. They improved to 6-2. The Chiefs fall to 5-4. If the Chiefs can find a way to get to the playoffs, we'll see if they match up again. But the Bills get it done. Josh Allen looked good. I mean, and the Chiefs had a chance there at the end on that.
Yeah.
I don't want to really call it a Hail Mary. It never got to the end zone, but they were in a spot where Mahomes could put it up and potentially score a touchdown and tie the game. It fell short, all for naught. So the Bills improved to 6-2. The Chiefs fall to 5-4.
Yeah, if the season were to end today, the Chiefs would not be in the playoffs.
Right, because you guys right now are the 7th seed and would take on New England, who is the 2 seed.
Yeah, and Buffalo would go to Pittsburgh.
Right, which that would be one hell of a game. The Steelers, they've got all this money on their defense, and their defense has been so up and down all year long. It's one of those games where if the Steelers defense showed up, then I think Josh Allen and the Bills would have a hard time scoring, but you just don't know what you're going to get from them. Next game is the Sunday night game, otherwise known as why in the hell is Jaden Daniels still in this game? Seahawks win 38-14. The biggest play from this game is Daniels dislocates his elbow. And you said, 3 to 4 weeks is the injury timetable?
Yeah.
That's got to be boring, no setback. And
yeah, no.
I just wonder
if the MRI is clean.
So if you're in a situation where say he's out for the next 4 weeks and you go 2-2, you would go to 5-8 on the season. Do you even bother bringing him back?
Nope.
I'm with you. I just think that's one of those injuries that if you were to get hit,
your
again
season gets harder towards the end.
Right, because they still have the Cowboys twice, right? I believe that's
they had the Cowboys once. They had the Cowboys once and Philly twice.
Okay, Philly twice. I knew it was one of them where they played them twice. I should have looked at their schedule. I know that they go to Madrid, Spain to take on the Miami Dolphins. Right. I know they go to Madrid, Spain to take on the Miami Dolphins. And like the commercial shows is like Daniels versus Tua. And I'm like, well, one, quarterback ain't going to be there. And the other one, if he does show up, he's going to play like shit. So, I mean.
Yeah, he won't be able to see. So.
Yeah, it's too short. And then we had the Monday night game last night. We've kind of already talked about that a little bit. The Cardinals beat the Cowboys 27-17. The Cardinals go to 3-5. The Cowboys drop to 3-5-1. And that kind of wraps up week 9. So we're 15 minutes from the trade deadline and things have gotten quiet. It's kind of crazy. Let's see here. Let's see. Jets will, this was around the NFL put out earlier. Jets will receive the hire the Cowboys 2 2027 first-round draft picks between Dallas and Green Bay as part of the Quinn and Williams deal. Already talked about that. Freddie Coleman, they put out, I guess their big question on their show on Freddie and Harry today is, should Jacoby Brissett remain the starting quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals once Kyler Murray is healthy? I kind of figured you were going to say that. That team has looked so much better.
Well, there's news about why the Jets traded Quinn and Williams.
Okay.
So, according to this Jets insider, they said the relationship with the Jets has been deteriorating, and this goes all the way back to the Jets' decision to move on from Aaron Rodgers.
I think, and I'm going to assume here, simply because we've kind of heard it leak out, there may have been a lot of players who were pissed off the way he was treated on the way out the door.
I mean, they made him fly to New York with his own money just to tell him, we don't need you.
Yeah, I was going to say apparently, and I don't know if Aaron Rodgers has put this out himself, and we know Aaron.
Yeah, he did on the Pat McAfee.
Okay, he's definitely not afraid to talk. He was talking about how Aaron Glenn treated him.
Yeah.
In terms of in terms of how that all went down. Yeah, isn't that something else? We're going to make you fly cross country on your own
dime, yeah.
Right, and then we're going to tell you get your shit and leave. So, I mean, yeah, I'd be pretty mad about that too. I don't think. I mean, but again, this is the Jets organization. We're not. This is not a classy organization. I can't remember the last time they've been good.
I mean, and it was Aaron Glenn's idea for Justin Fields. So
yeah,
that right there is a fireable offense.
Adam Schefter just put this out 4 minutes ago. No big surprise to either you or I. As expected, the Eagles wide receiver A.J. Brown has not been and will not be traded by today's deadline. He's unhappy there. I don't know.
Traded in the offseason.
Yeah, and I think that has a lot to do with the cap hit. The NFL, I wish the NFL was like Major League Baseball and the NHL in terms of like whatever your annual average, your AAV is, that should be the cap hit instead of the way they have it and how money counts here. And if you trade or by this date, that shit's confusing to me. Like,
well, I mean, it doesn't matter. The Jets just extended Sauce Gardner this offseason for 5 years and they traded him.
Gotcha.
So now the Colts are going to have Sauce under contract for 5 years.
Well, you have to look at it too. That's pretty impressive. Really is.
Right.
Sorry, looking at something here. What we got? Oh wow. I dig this a lot. Sorry, I was looking at had to look at some stuff here. Getting schedules and stuff, on a okay, sorry. Got a tournament this weekend up in Louisville, or Louisville area. So I was looking at it. All righty. I'm sitting here. Let's see. Did you see the Annie Agar thing I sent you? Her week.
Yeah.
Should have wrapped up more time to Stephon Diggs. That one got me. That was the one I thought was funny.
She's not wrong.
Look at Cardi B was at our game. Yeah. Oh, man.
And Robert Kraft looked like he enjoyed it more than anyone else did.
Well, of course he did.
Well, no, she's not a masseuse.
Right. Well, it's true, too. She goes, oh, look, that means Raheem Morris wasn't the biggest ass on the field in New England on. Oh, goodness. Where are we at here? So we'll look at this week's games while we wait for more trades to come through. Actually, this sucks because earlier today, it
was huge.
Right. And now everything's gotten quiet. Now what kind of makes me think something big's coming.
I mean,
there's a storm coming.
11 minutes.
Yeah. Let's see what we got here. Nothing there. Panthers cut quarterback Hendon Hooker. It's part of 6 practice squad moves. Let's see what else. Nothing there. Rams standing pat is not necessarily being afraid to make a move. Their GM actually built a Super Bowl team in the offseason and doesn't have to trade boatloads of picks now. It's not always what appears. Howie gets credit for making 4 trades, but he's also failed to build the core needed to win a Super Bowl. Well, that's interesting.
Well, I mean,
talking about Howie Roseman in Philadelphia, huh?
They just won the Super Bowl.
Well, I think what they're talking about, being able to be in that same spot over and over. And I think, look, the Eagles, I don't think are a bad team, but what we've seen this year,
it doesn't help when you hire bad coordinators.
True, and I think the other thing we've seen, they're inconsistent this year. The Rams should have beat them. Tampa should have beat them. Denver finally did get them. So, they've got 2 losses now?
Yep.
So they should have 4?
Yeah.
I mean, the only reason the Rams didn't beat them is because we were in Philadelphia. We had 2 kicks blocked. But I think that there's something about Lincoln Financial Field. Obviously the fans there are some of the best fans in the NFL. I can't stand Philadelphia, but I'll give them all the credit in the world for being badasses. They really are. Let's see here. Let me respond to this really quickly. There we go. Yeah, my first game's not till 3 o'clock Eastern. How about that? Means I can sleep in. How cute. So Saturday, let's see, Sunday. James, you want to get with it here? All right, so put the phone down. I'm not Adam Schefter. Nobody's texting me with trades. Okay, so the first game this week is the international game, the Falcons and the Colts. We just kind of breeze through these. Really, we're just trying to waste time to see if anything else is going to happen trade deadline wise. I mean, we're really
I don't think anything else happens.
I kind of hope there is. I want something big happen, but I don't know if we're going to get.
Well, this came out 30 minutes ago. Buffalo's trying to work on a deal for Deebo.
Yeah, I remember you saying that, but I mean, can we not get anything? I mean, this is kind of.
I guess the team for Don.
This sucks. I mean, the last hour is supposed to be the best hour. Hang on, what do we got here? Wow. This is from Zach Koppel. This was also reposted by Around the NFL. By trading Sauce Gardner and Quinn Williams today, the New York Jets are the first team since at least 1995 to trade multiple former AP first-team All-Pro players on the same day.
Yep.
Wow.
And so far, this trade deadline is tied for the third most since 1990.
Yeah, see, there you go.
With 2022's trade deadline at number 1 with 10 trades, and 2024's deadline with 8.
Damn. Diana Rossini put this out 6 minutes ago. One thought as we wait for the trade deadline to pass. When was the last time a player on his rookie contract inked a big extension and was traded less than 3 months into the following season?
Right.
The Jets couldn't scout their own family members. I mean,
they got one right and then traded him after extending him.
Well, I mean, you could say that they were right with Quinn and Williams too. They just don't. They get these picks, or they get these players, and they don't build around them. You can't just, I'm going to put you here, put you here, put you here, and you guys go connect. You guys go build a team and let's play.
So apparently, what I told you about the Quinn and Williams thing, there's more to it.
Okay.
He requested a trade 3 separate occasions before the season started.
Dude knew he
just went quiet.
Yeah, dude knew he wanted to get out of there. And that's crazy. That's crazy. So we got the Falcons, and we got to get back to this. We got 6 minutes here just to burn.
Yeah. Colts.
Yeah, same here.
Sauce is going to get a pick this week.
I would be surprised if he played a full snap count, but I could see it. I really could. Saints, Panthers.
Yeah.
Giants, Bears. Jaguars, Texans.
Now, I don't know about this one. You go first.
The game's in Houston.
Yeah.
For some reason, Jacksonville.
That's usually the only place we can beat. No, we beat them in Houston. We struggle at home. So I still think Houston somehow wins.
I picked Houston in my pick'em pool.
After what I saw on Sunday, Trevor put the team on his back the final, the second half. He scored on every drive. The defense was just awful.
So I'll say this about that Jaguars-Texans game. It's going to depend on if C.J. Stroud plays.
If Stroud plays, I think they can beat him.
I
think Davis Mills looked better than C.J. Stroud has this year in one game.
That's true, too. Bills, Dolphins, Bills. Ravens at the Vikings. I'm going Baltimore. They're 3-5. Minnesota's 4-4. I'm taking Baltimore.
I'll go Baltimore, too. Lamar has another great game.
That's what I was thinking, too. Browns and Jets. Oh, God. That's
Browns.
the gag me with a spoon game. I'm going to take the Jets. The game's in New York. For some reason, they'll win. Just because it's stupid.
I'll take Browns.
This may be the best game of the early slate. The 7-2 Patriots at the 6-2 Buccaneers. It's the Tom Brady used to play for us bowl.
Well, Tom Brady cloned his dog. So
I saw that.
Now the Patriots cloned Tom Brady. So
go ahead.
You go first.
I'm going to take New England.
I'm fine. I'll take both or Tampa to be different.
Tampa is still so beat up. There's no news on when Bucky Irving may return. I mean, it's kind of like a mystery. So I think New England gets them. The late games, Cardinals and the Seahawks. I'm taking Seattle.
I'm taking Seattle too.
Rams at the Niners. I hate doing this. We're at San
Niners.
Francisco. I'm taking San Francisco.
Taking San Francisco.
I hope this is reverse psychology. No, I hate San Francisco. God, I hate them. The Lions at the Commanders. I'm taking Detroit.
Yeah.
Sunday Night Football, Steelers, Chargers. That's going to be a good one.
Steelers.
I'm taking Justin Herbert and the Chargers.
Only reason I'm taking Pittsburgh, I think their defense, that game against the Colts lit a fire under them.
And then Monday Night Football from the half-frozen tundra in Green Bay, the Eagles at the Packers.
Philly.
I got them too. Jordan Love is so overrated.
The
Cincinnati.
trade deadline is over. No more trades.
Yeah, well, we got 3 minutes left. Remember, things can still trickle in. Cincinnati, Dallas, Kansas City, and Tennessee are all on a bye. Well, you could argue Tennessee's been on a bye all year. The playoff picture here real quick before we start to wrap things up. In the AFC, your 1 seed are the Indianapolis Colts. Your matchups would be the 7-seeded Jaguars at the 2-seeded Patriots, the 6-seeded Chargers at the 3-seeded Broncos, the 5-seeded Buffalo Bills at the 4-seeded Pittsburgh Steelers. In the NFC, your Philadelphia Eagles are the 1 seed right now. The 7 seed would be the Detroit Lions going on the road to take on the 2-seeded Buccaneers. The 6 seed, they are the San Francisco 49ers. They would go on the road to take on Seattle. And then the 5-seeded Los Angeles Rams would go on the road to take on the Green Bay Packers.
And the winner of that would face the Philadelphia Eagles.
Well, it depends because, remember, the 1 seed gets the lower of the remaining seeds. So if the Lions were to beat the Buccaneers, the Lions would be the ones that go on the road. And then, so, I mean, there's a lot that could happen because you could actually, in reality, the 5, 6, and 7 seeds could all win their games. And then the Rams would host the Niners while the Lions would go to Philadelphia.
Saints are trading offensive lineman Trevor Penning to the Chargers.
Okay. Yeah, and that comes on the news that Joe Alt has to have season-ending left ankle surgery. So they're going to try to beef up their offensive line. And that comes across from Adam Schefter 19 seconds ago. So we're still going to see some things trickle through here. We'll give it 5 or so minutes to see if we get anything big. I think what we're going to see is probably a lot of accessory moves here. Yeah, just some smaller moves to try and beef up like certain spots of weakness in the lineup.
Jets almost traded Jermaine Johnson, but the deal fell through.
Who are they going to? Who is he going to? Does it say?
It doesn't say.
Okay. Both my screens are jumping over here, which means we've got updates all over the place. Let's see here. Go here to Schefter. Go here. See what Schefter's got, if there's anything else.
And this came from the guy that said earlier the Jets were making another big trade.
Gotcha. Yeah, there have been 6 trades. You mentioned this earlier, 6 trades today, tied for the 3rd most on any trade deadline day going back to 1990. There were 10 trades on November 1st of 2022 and 8 trades on November 5th of 2024. So last year's trade deadline was pretty active as well. Let's see here. Let's see what we got. Somebody's enjoying Taco Tuesday. I'm getting taco memes in there. In my Twitter feed this afternoon. All right. Wow. Cowboys' new defensive line. You've got Donovan Ezekiraku. Yeah. Kenny Clark, Quentin Williams, and Dante Fowler, who I don't know how much he has left in the tank. He was kind of running on empty when he was at the Rams.
I forgot he was still in the league.
I did too. NFL point leaders after week 9. The Colts have scored 290. Cowboys 263. The Lions 239. The Patriots 237 and the Bills 235. Just again rattling off stats here as we're waiting for. Now we are past the trade deadline. It's 3:01 Central, and the NFL just tweeted pencils down.
Yep.
So let's see if we've got anything else trickling through here. 2 minutes ago from the Philadelphia Eagles, we have opened the practice window for outside linebacker Nolan Smith, and released outside linebacker Patrick Johnson from the active roster and Terrace Marshall from the practice squad. So that means that they expect Nolan Smith back either next week or the week after. The Commanders announced a minute ago that they have placed cornerback Marshawn Lattimore and wide receiver Luke McCaffrey on the reserve injured list. Let's see what else we got here. Anything?
This dude says the Jets made another trade, sending Justin Fields to McDonald's for 2 conditional McChicken sandwiches and a small fry.
And McDonald's still overpaid. Let's see. The last thing I've got here is, the last thing I see is that the Chargers are acquiring Trevor Penning from the Saints. Offensive line help for the Chargers at the buzzer. So that was crazy. That's for sure. You come up earlier, and of course, you're sending me all this. I'm like, good Lord. I'm like, this is great for the show. And then everything just went quiet. So, oh man. Some of the other bigger trades, I mean, were you surprised? Was there anything that really surprised you in terms of other trades that were made before today?
Saints trading Shaheed to the Seahawks.
Yeah, that's one I didn't expect either. I think that one surprised me because all I had heard was that Jacksonville was interested in trying to acquire him. I think maybe another one that kind of surprised me was that the Patriots sent safety Kyle Duggar to the Steelers.
Yeah.
You're getting, I mean, they got a 6th round draft pick for him, and that's it. I mean, people who needed safety help out there. Kyle Duggar, he's not what he was when he first came in the league, but he's still a really good player. And it just kind of surprised me that for a top-tier safety or a top-tier secondary player, that's all you got or all you had to give up for him. I think maybe another one that surprised me, and it was kind of, obviously, you go all the way back to the Bengals acquiring Joe Flacco from the Browns.
Yeah.
And Flacco, in his defense, has been really good for Cincinnati. Their defense is terrible. I mean, Swiss cheese. It really is. I mean, to allow the Bears to win that game was absolutely ridiculous. Apparently, somebody doesn't know how to take an angle and make an accurate tackle.
Oh, Breece Hall just tweeted out.
Oh, I bet he's pissed.
Sick about my brothers. Happy for them, but man, I'm sick right now.
Yeah, and he's got to be stuck in New York for the rest of the season. I mean, I'm sorry. I can't practice today. I got a strained muscle in my back. I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah, just pull a Jalen Ramsey.
Right, pretty much. There was a kind of a smaller deal made today either. The Bears acquired defensive end Joe Tryon-Shoyinka in a 7th round pick from the Browns for a 6th round pick. The Bears actually lost one of their depth defensive ends this past week. So getting Joe Tryon in there, that kind of shores up them, gives them a little bit of depth. The Rams, of course, they acquired Roger McCreary and a 6th round draft pick from the Titans for a 5th round pick. McCreary is good. He was good at Auburn. He's one of the few players, especially on that Titans defense, that's been somewhat decent this year.
Yeah.
He practiced last week. He didn't play on Sunday, but I expect to see him in there against the 49ers this week. Other than that, I'm really disappointed. All of the good trades happened before we got on here.
A trade that shocked me happened a couple of weeks ago, and that was Greg Newsome coming to Jacksonville.
And only having to send Tyson Campbell away.
Yeah.
And we talked about that. I think we talked about that the day after it happened. Yeah, and he made a couple big plays, including a couple pass breakups in that game against the Raiders on Sunday.
And the reason they got Jacoby Myers was because Brian Thomas has a low ankle sprain, but they still think he's going to play on Sunday, so they're going to line him and BTJ up on the outside and Parker Washington in the slot.
Yeah, I saw that play happen because once the Rams had pretty much decimated the Saints, we flipped that game over, went full screen with it, and I saw that play, and I was like, man, I saw the play happen to where he sprained his ankle, and then they were wrapping it pretty heavily on the sidelines as well. Other than that,
considering the 3 receivers Trevor had to have for the rest of the 4th quarter and overtime, I'm shocked they moved the ball at all.
Well, and we had talked about this before we went on too. Is like if if the Raiders don't have Brock Bowers, they don't have anything in that offense. And now that they've traded Jacoby Myers, forget it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I mean, what are they thinking? I mean, you've got to try to rebuild an offense, and you don't have a lot in the cupboard to do it either.
I think Jacoby Myers has been running out before the season even started.
Right.
So I think this is just fine. We'll move on from him. Try to recoup something.
I was going to say before he gets hurt or before his value just kind of goes away altogether. All righty. Well, it is 3:07 Central now, which means the trade deadline is over and all the good trades happened before we came on air. You know, I've only had this happen one time where I've been online doing a show, whether it was a football show or my baseball show when I was with Interstate 70 Sports, where I've only had one big trade, and that was the Harrison Bader for Jordan Montgomery trade. This is Cardinals and Yankees like 3 years ago. Other than that, damn it, I cannot get any luck. It either happened before the show or they'll come in after the show signs off. So it's just my luck. Just my luck. But should be a good week of football. I think the Thursday night game will be good, even though, you know, you would think that the Broncos should run away with it. But we'll see. Anything to add?
Nope.
All righty. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. It has been Two Idiots Talking Football. This is the 2025 NFL Trade Deadline Special. For Joshua Brooks, I'm James Knox. And until next time, we will see you.